My favorite thing about Guyana is that I'm the prettiest girl here. Okay, I'm not even tooting my horn when I say that. It is a literal fact. Okay, I think it could be on Google.
You face tighter than them Chinese store buck the crutch. Hard like TCL cement. You look like you're ready to run up the side of a building during a zombie apocalypse. Not here.
Light and bright, we put on a pedestal. Miss, you need to win Miss Guyana at least once before you can talk. You're the most beautiful girl in Guyana. And even when you win, it's only 1 year you can boast that you're the most beautiful girl.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's your girl Pebbles. Thank you for always coming back to watch me. It's a pleasure having you here. This morning I just had to do a reaction on something that caught my attention while scrolling through YouTube. Yes, and it is an interesting topic because I will tie it in with the Yabahanze village Madam Parasite. So while scrolling through YouTube, of course, I saw this video where this Muzungu went to Guyana, and for those of you who are not familiar with where Guyana is located or what is Guyana, what is she talking about? Guyana is located in South America, and it is an English-speaking South American country. I think it is one of the only South American English-speaking country. Probably not. I think Belize, they speak English, and Suriname, I think they also speak English. But Guyana, they predominantly speaks English, and they remind me of Trinidadians. Trinidadians don't come for me. Because I know Caribbean people don't like to be compared, but they do. Like, honestly, I thought that for the longest, I used to say Guyana is in the Caribbean, and most people consider them to be Caribbean people, okay? They are loving, they're the same way, just like all Caribbean people, and they act like Caribbean people. So we accept them, yes. So this girl went to Guyana. I think someone hired her because in 2015, ExxonMobil found 11 billion oil equivalent barrels in Guyana. And we all know what happens when oil is found in a small country. Guess what's going to happen? You know the Muzungus are going to go there because suddenly there is money in that country and they want that money. So they will go there. So apparently this girl, there are a lot of investors now in Guyana, I am assuming, because of, you know, this newfound wealth in Guyana. And a lot of businesses that are foreign owned are popping up in Guyana, specifically restaurants, high-end restaurants. And this particular girl was hired because she is an influencer, and she was hired to come to Guyana to promote Guyana and promote the Guyanese food. Like, who the heck thought of hiring a Muzungu from abroad to go to a predominantly brown and black people country to promote their food and to promote Guyana? But this is what they do, guys. This is what they do. We all know, because if you want tourists to come to the country, you're not going to use a little black girl to promote that country. You have to show that there are white people there, because remember, white people are afraid of the let me correct myself. Some Muzungus are afraid of, you know, brown and dark-skinned people. They're intimidated by them. And so if you see a brown or dark-skinned person advertised in the country, most likely they probably would not want to, you know, to visit that country. But if they see a social media influencer who thinks she is hot and she's the most beautiful thing in the world, they will want to visit that country, because if she's there and she's fine, they can go there. So this is a tactic that they use. This is just a marketing tool that a lot of companies use. So, and you know, you can't blame them for that, you know. And I really won't get into that. So this girl went there, and apparently she started shitting on Guyana. Like, she started speaking badly about Guyana and the Guyanese people on her TikTok. And Guyanese don't stand for, Guyanese are like Trinis and Jamaicans, okay? They don't stand for nonsense. They will not. They will shut you down in a minute. So I am going to leave the video here of how this girl, what she said about Guyana and the people in Guyana and what happened to her after she made that statement. So watch this video, guys, and tell me what you think about all of this. The Guyanese people went in on her. I could not post all the clips, but they finished her. They finished that girl because, like I said, these people, they're similar to Caribbean people. As a matter of fact, I am going to call them Caribbean people, okay? Because to me, they are. I have people that I know that are from that region, and they don't take nonsense. They speak like us. They're, you know, the broken English or whatever, and they act like us. They like soca and the, you know, the reggae music and that kind of thing. So yeah, they're like Caribbean people. But they finish this girl. Watch the clips. Tell me what your thoughts are on this, and then I will move on to how I will tie this in with Madam Parasite, how she's treating the people in the Yabahanzi village in Kenya, and how those people are really not standing up for themselves. In you know, in many cases, she was cheered on when she spoke badly and called those people derogatory names. Okay.
My favorite thing about Guyana is that I'm the prettiest girl here. Okay, I'm not even tooting my horn when I say that. It is a literal fact. Okay, I think it could be on Google.
There was this alabaster demon on TikTok that made a video with her entire chest and said, "Oh my God, my favorite thing about being in Guyana is that I'm the prettiest girl here." You are not even the prettiest girl by European standard.
I don't know the type of man who be running you down and probably fill this up to you, but sad to say, I do not see this, and I keep telling Guyanese people all the time, stop every time you see these light-skinned people thinking that they like you the way how you like them. They don't like you the way how you like them, you know, because I will never go to a country and they welcome me with open arms and then talk I'm the most handsome man in this country. That's disrespectful to every man in that country. This is disrespectful to every woman in Guyana, right? And that is it.
Why everybody want to test us Guyanese gangster? We're very welcoming people, calm and collective in our country. It's because of this recent isle, everybody just want to test us and see what we Guyanese give to.
How dare you come to a Caribbean country with predominant black people and then try to compare yourself in Caribbean beauty standard? Baby, you cannot compete where you don't compare. You look like a handsome Squidward. You look like God decided that he was going to get up one day and be creative, but he was drunk. You look like when God didn't make you, him literally just get a spin wheel and just when him look for your eyes, him just fling on a bunch of eyes and just spin the wheel and choose. So nothing about you matches your face. You look like the mask. And then you have the audacity to be in a country with be a black gal. And I thought, boy, you are the prettiest girl there? Girl, you look like an experiment gone wrong. You look like you are one of Frankenstein's monster and not even one of the better ones. You look like his very first experiment. And you know, so usually when things are the first things them, normally the experiment, them not really make good. That's what you look like. And you have the nerve, the gall, the audacity to talk about you're the prettiest girl in Guyana. And it's also like, it is so annoying that you guys cling so much to your whiteness because you feel like, oh, once I am white, it makes me pretty. No, baby. No, I wouldn't even call you an alabaster roach. I wouldn't even call you a powder demon. Even though your video had raised undertones.
I think like the population is 800,000 last time I checked, so like no one is basically, yeah. But I think a lot of people are like just chilling in the forest.
My favorite thing about Guyana, because I'm literally sick in the head, is that this is literally where the Jonestown massacre happened. You know, where like Jim Jones told everyone to like drink the Kool-Aid and like 1,000 people died in the jungle. Yeah, right here, right where I'm living. I don't know if it's just because I am obsessed with true crime, but I love that part about Guyana. And I always said that someone should do a little like Jonestown tour or like museum here, like centered around the mass murder.
Guyana is also the fastest growing economy in the world, and that is because of the recent oil discovery. And you know, if it's one thing we love, okay, it's some oil money. It's actually one of the largest oil discoveries in this last 21st century, and I don't think we're gonna see anything like this for a while. Okay, so buckle up, kids, and come make some money.
And this is the second and final video addressing the girl who claims she is the prettiest girl in Guyana. Listen to me, sis. You're not even the prettiest girl in South Africa airport. And you jumped on a plane and came to a country of black and brown people to pedestalize yourself and put you and your white skin on a pedestal, expecting us to do the same. Listen, we are the standard of our own beauty. Okay, we do not need a white chalk, Elmer's glue, dry puff pastry coming here telling us what is beautiful. We look in the mirror every day and we see beautiful brown and black beauty. It got to be them low-life dusty men in you comments from Guyana who would lash anything that moving and breathing that really boosting you up. But sis, you face tighter than them Chinese store bought the crutch. Hard like TCL cement. You look like you're ready to run up the side of a building during a zombie apocalypse. Not here.
If you asked me if I had thoughts about the Guyana living girl and I said no, I'd be blatantly lying. Like, because I have so many thoughts and most of them not pretty, if not all. And speaking of pretty, my friend showed me the video where she's saying one of the things she loves about Guyana is that she's literally the most pretty girl here, the most beautiful girl here. You're white. Like, you're literally white. Apart from being white, you're a mediocre looking white person. And you know this because you have work done. You knew you were a 5 wherever you came from, but because you're racist or colorist or featurist, you came here and you assume that because you're living amongst people of color, that by default, due to you being white, you're automatically the most beautiful person. And to tell you the truth, what she said about that didn't really bother me. Most of my issue was with the fact that she blatantly said to your faces that she's coming in your country, our country, to access things that we cannot access, to access things that the average person cannot access. I feel like this person is blatantly racist. I think someone said she was South African, and that checks out. Did not expect any type of backlash from our society by coming on the internet and saying these things. Genuinely thought that we were going to cheer her on because we're a primitive society and no one was going to have any analysis. And if you ask me what we could do about this, my initial reaction was to just block this account, not allow it to have any engagement, just pretty much allow the account to die out. But that's not going to happen. That's unrealistic because people in other parts of the world, people like her, they find this entertaining. They find this stuff to be a fetish. This is conquistador fetish. Like, they love to see other nations that they can pillage. They just, it's like, it just gets them going. So I don't think this account is gonna die out if we decide to ignore it.
So this video is for Guyana living, or the girl who claims that she is the prettiest thing in Guyana. Let me tell you something. You can't want to say you're the prettiest thing in Guyana and you look like this. Kill use a whole dry weather cabbage. Guyana have some of the prettiest woman, darling. Wake up and smell the Lipton. You ain't even on the 5 bracket.
Hi everyone. I would personally like to come on here and apologize. I am so sorry for everything that I have said about Guyana. I want to do a huge apology, a genuine sorry to the Guyanese people and especially the Guyanese women. I understand the gravity of the situation, the gravity of my words, and I just want to say I'm really sorry. I genuinely love Guyana and I love the Guyanese people. So I don't want to make any excuses for my words, my videos, what I've said. I just want to hold myself accountable. And I've been seeing your videos, comments, posts about me, and I'm also glad you guys are holding me accountable for what I said. I think it's very important in this day and age that we do that with people who have a platform. So yeah, I really truly never meant any ill intent, but I can 100% see where I was wrong, what I said was terrible. And yeah, I hope that you can give me the chance to grow and learn from this situation. I know a lot of you will not forgive me, and I completely understand, and you will not like me, and you're completely in your right, but I will never stop trying. And I feel like actions speak louder than words. I want to show you guys how I will do better, how I will be better for Guyana and for the Guyanese people. I am not here to colonize. I'm not here to take anyone's jobs. I was just posting TikToks from a tourist perspective where I can also see that didn't take well. So I'm also sorry for that. But yeah, I'm really nervous making this video. You Guyanese are a tough crowd. But I hope you will allow me the chance to move forward and show you guys how I can be better.
We will not accept your apology. I like the Guyanese who are making video and calling for you to leave our country. And I would call on the tourism industry and whoever else that brought you here to let you leave.
Go watch the video, the apology video. Because you Guyanese people in easy, where you thought? We is a push over? Where you thought? We mouth them, we bull? No, girl. You just don't know. A lot of people don't know. We cuss your mother out. Put you in your place. Have some respect for we. Simple.
Let me start by saying this. I did not review the apology video yesterday because I didn't want my opinion to become public perception. If you notice the way I operate, I will come 2-3 days afterwards. I would like the people to have their own opinion and I'll give my opinion. Now let me say this. I agree with a lot of people what they say. We don't accept that apology. I would say I have 3 main reasons why I will not accept that apology. Number 1, who gives the apology and laugh? Imagine me killing somebody or assaulting somebody and going in front of the court and saying I would like to apologize for leniency and then chuckling about it. That's not an apology. If you're laughing, that means that you really and truly don't understand the gravity of the situation. You have said that many times that you understand the gravity of the situation, but clearly you don't. Because why would you laugh about something that deeply hurt so many people on so much levels, right? And then I saw a part in your video you're saying that you represent Guyana and you'll do better for the Guyanese people in the future. I would like all the Guyanese to understand, I've said this many times, what we're getting in this country is not an Mbani, is not a Mark Zuckerberg, is not a Bill Gates. It's the worst of the worst from other country. This young lady was cancelled from South Africa. What I'm saying is, if she's cancelled in her own country, they're saying, we want nothing to do with you. You're not the face of South Africa. Y'all going and dig these people out to the bottom of the barrel and bring them to Guyana and saying, all right, here, you'll be the face of Guyana. To the tourism industry, the tourism minister and everybody else who deal with tourism. Really and truly, one of the fastest growing economy or the fastest growing economy in the Caribbean and in the Western Hemisphere. That is who you're going to choose as a representative for our country. Somebody who was cancelled in their own country. Somebody who their country wants nothing to do with. Come on, do better.
Going to another country and saying you're the prettiest girl there is crazy work. Like, Miss Girl, I don't know where you're from, but I don't think you were the prettiest girl there, and I don't think you're the prettiest girl here in Guyana. It's just so disrespectful to see these people, these white people, coming from these foreign lands and thinking that, oh my gosh, I've just I've discovered a new place. Like, this is so cool. There's like oil money here, and there's like 800,000 people, which like nobody lives here. Girl, people live there. And also saying that, oh my gosh, Jonestown happened here. Yao and Jim Jones took like 1,000 people from America and brought them to Guyana and killed them. Isn't that so cool? Like, honey, what? That's not cool. I don't think that's cool. She's like, yeah, I want to go there. I want to see that. The amount of confidence you have to think that, oh my gosh, I'm the prettiest girl here. Like, have you seen any of the local people in Guyana? Have you seen any of the women? Have you seen anything? How long have you been there? Like, did you just see people in the airport? Like, not even, like, even people in the airport, I'm sure you're not the prettiest among them. Like, I don't know about y'all, but this reminded me of something called colonization.
Those people finished her. But let's move on to, you know, how she spoke about the Jonestown issue. She talked about how, you know, there are not a lot of people in the country, and because oil is there, and you know what happens when oil is in a country, that means it's wealth there. And she is calling all her little friends to come to Guyana, come make this money. Yes, That's what she was doing, a lot of that stuff on TikTok, and the people were greatly offended. And apparently they said that, you know, according to what you guys have heard, that she is from South Africa, and we all know about the Muzungus in South Africa. I don't have to get into that. And this is why Madame Parasite loves South Africa so much. I will leave the clip here where her man said that, you know, that's her favorite place. She loves South Africa. She feels comfortable because it's her type of people there. And we know the type of people that look like her that are in South Africa. Black people will rob me. The way they look at me is like I don't belong. So why are you in Africa? Sweetie, go back to Argentina then. They're artists. A lot of them are very artists. And this girl apparently, you know, she said she wasn't an artist person, this girl in Guyana, but she is. And she was canceled in South Africa. And I am not sure how she got this job in Guyana. You know, a lot of people said one of the reasons why these women come to these countries and believe they are better than the locals, it's because of the men in those countries. The men, you know, think that this Eurocentric look is the most beautiful look in the whole wide world. And they tell these women that. In fact, a lot of them bad talk black women to these Muzungu women. And this is why these women are so disrespectful to the locals in these predominantly black and brown countries. So blame it on the men. There were probably men telling her how beautiful she is, about her hair, her color, and all of that. And it just went straight to her head, and she believed it. And if you look at this girl, you could tell that she had a lot of plastic surgery done. She made her lips big so that they can look like black women lips. I'm not even going to go into that, but let me just sip my coconut water because it is too early for champagne. So I had to drink coconut water in my champagne, in my wine glass, okay? Quench this thirst because I have a lot to unleash today. Yeah, so it's these men who are allowing these women to come into their countries and shit talk their black women and brown women in these countries. And Guyana has some of the most beautiful women around the world. You know, they're pretty women in Guyana. The same thing like Africa. They're beautiful women in Africa, but the men in Africa, some of them, I am not going to say all because someone reminded me that Africa is a huge continent and there are a lot of people in Africa. So if I say Africa, guys, please know I'm just not talking about the whole entire Africa. I'm talking about some parts of Africa. I am not generalizing that it's you know, it's all of them. So you know who I'm talking. I'm a reactor and you know who I react on. So you know when I talk about certain things, you know who I'm referring to. I'm not talking about your son. I'm not talking about your daughter. I'm talking about the people who I speak on daily. So please do not get offended. And yeah, so this girl was completely canceled. I'm so happy that they canceled her. Let's move on to Madame Parasite. Oh, of course, this girl, before we get on to Madame Parasite, this girl made an apology after. It was laughable because we all know that these people only make an apology when they're caught and it's not from the heart. They're only doing it to save their skin, okay? We all know that. So you can tell that her apology was not a genuine one. And everyone knew that. And I heard that allegedly they gave her a one-way ticket out of the country. Yes, she was living in the country, working and living in the country because she was hired to come over and work there. And she just, the way she spoke so badly about the people, and after the backlash, because this is how you get rid of people, the backlash, okay? This is how you have to do it. You can't just sit there and be quiet. So the people spoke up for themselves. The Ministry of Tourism listened. The immigrations listened. And they just kicked her out of the country on a one-way ticket. Allegedly, I don't know how true this is. So, you know, we will hear later on if this is true or this is false. Okay, so now let's move on to Madame Parasite and her fake husband. Apparently, they may have to get married soon, because if he wants to stay in Argentina, then he will have to marry her. And she's probably going to force him to marry her when he gets there, her and her family. So yeah, you know, it's something similar. What this girl did in Guyana is something similar to, you know, what's happening in the Yabahanze village with, you know, Madame Parasite, who calls people parasite openly, who calls people viruses, who calls people fat and black people, because it's all black people in that village. You know, who calls the people who are donating to help them, who help build that villa, all these derogatory names. And instead of people coming after her or telling her it is wrong to say this, you have no right to talk about black people this way, they cheered her on. So this is the difference between the Caribbean, Guyana, and the Africans, or the people who are her subscribers from around the world. Because she's a Muzungu and they like her. This is the same thing that I mentioned earlier, because I said that it is the men in these countries that are allowing these women, these Muzungu women, to SHIT on their own black women in that country. I guess they don't care, because I am Marwa's sister is black, his mother is black, and to him they are not beautiful. I don't know, maybe he's right. I am not going to go there, because you're not going to chew me out today. But I can show you pictures of some really, really beautiful black women in Africa, from Africa. Really, really gorgeous black women. You have the nerve to say the most beautiful woman in the world that you have seen is from Argentina? The eyes of the beholder. Not the most beautiful, okay? But it's because of you who talk so badly about the black women in that village. The black women from Africa look down on them, that cause her to think that she is Princess D. She's Princess Diana. And she is better than everyone else in that village. She is so beautiful and she's better because her man thinks that, oh, none of these women were worthy for him. None of these women are better than her. So she is the princess. She can speak to them any way she wants to, or she's the queen. She can talk down to them and no one is going to come for her. And this is why I was extremely disappointed that she has a right to defend her home or say whatever. But to call people those names, to call people parasites on her channel with 20,000 subscribers. She came to that village with 300 subscribers, my people. 300. She built her channel in that village on the backs of those very same people that she is calling parasite. She is living a luxurious life according to her, because of those very same people she's calling parasites. They're the ones donating. They're the ones she's blocking from coming to do collabo with her husband, her fake husband that she's pressuring to marry. And instead of people defending the black people, because I don't see a white person come in there and bring in a shitload of gifts. No, I do not. I only see black people. Have you ever seen Christmas list pack up a whole suitcase of gifts and bring to the village to donate to anyone there? No, you have not. Have you ever heard of any of them sending money to him? No, we have not. It is mostly the black Caribbean people that are supporting them, because she isn't spending a dollar. She's broke. She has nothing. And these people defended her when she called the black villagers and the people, the subscribers who wanted to come there to meet Marwa, parasites and viruses. In fact, some of the people said, some of the comments that people, cheered her on said, "Speak your truth, Ro. You are correct in your statement. Stay strong for your family." This other person said, "This is truly one of the best decisions you make. The village is full of beggars and asking for donations instead of sweating it out like a real man. Congratulations, Ro. People should work." This person who made this comment have some nerve. Rocio isn't working. It's donations that is taking care of her. It's her subscribers who is taking care of her. Donations build that villa or help to build that villa. Subscribers built that villa because Marwa's job is a YouTuber and a beggar. Okay? So this person has some nerve to leave this comment. This other person said, "I stand with you, Rocio, on this. Keep your home clean from all the bacteria, infections, viruses, and the parasites." So they joined in, instead of defending their own people, they joined in with her to call their own people parasites. This would never happen in Guyana. I am telling you, people, this will never happen in Guyana. They will finish you. They will curse you out. Even Jamaicans were defending Rocio. Even Jamaicans, they were defending her instead of standing up with the Africans. Some Jamaicans, okay? And I have to remember not to generalize because you all come for me. Some Jamaicans were defending her as well. And like I said, she was frustrated. Say your piece, but you don't call black people parasites. And according to her, she's scared to be around them. She's afraid of them. She thinks they're going to do something to her. She's more comfortable around her people, but yet she packed up her little Georgie bundle and came to Africa. Yes, this woman who is calling people parasites. She looks like. She is not cute. There is nothing cute about her. Nothing. It's laughable to us black women because we are drop dead gorgeous. Okay? I am not saying that Europeans are not beautiful. There are a lot of beautiful European women, but she is not it. She is not one of them. And since she's labeling herself as a Muzungu, and yeah, we all know she's not, but she thinks she is. I can't even describe what she looks like. Because at this point, people need to stand up for black people. Some of the most beautiful black women are even in that village. Look at Nasta wife. She is beautiful. Nasta wife is drop dead gorgeous. To me, in my eyes, she is. I think she is pretty. She's a naturally pretty girl. But yet he's talking about the most beautiful woman he has ever seen. It's from Argentina. Even when he was in Mexico, he could see a beautiful woman and knew that was an Argentinian. That's how beautiful they are. Sir, you found the most misfortune looking Argentinian to call beautiful and to put on a pedestal on top of black women. That's what you did. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And I wish more people would. But I just had to compare those two incidents and show you the difference of how Africans probably are afraid to stand up for themselves and speak up or whatever because they put a certain skin tone on a pedestal. I told you, I met an African man when I was in college. He was my professor. Imagine, my professor. And that man was after me. And I wasn't even in the least attracted to him. He was an older man and he was just, oh my God, Professor Anguze. That was his name, Professor Anguze. And Professor Anguze told me if he take me back to Africa, I can't remember which country in Africa. If he take me back to Africa, people will look at him as if he is just, you know, the biggest man in the world because he bring back a woman with a light skin tone to his village, and how they would love me and how they would treat me like I am a princess, just because of the way, you know, you have light skin tone. That is sad. That is sad, but that happens a lot in a lot of predominantly black countries. You go there and they treat you like you are, you know, a princess because of how you look. And it shouldn't be that way. It is unfair because there are so many beautiful dark-skinned women in the world. There are times when I wish I was dark-skinned, I'll be honest, because the simplest little pimple on my face is going to show when I'm light-skinned. All the hype for this light skin, you all don't even understand. Okay, we got to deal with stuff. We age faster as we get older. We may be beautiful when we're younger, but as we get older, we age. Okay, we age like rotten cheese. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I just had to put that out there and let my frustration out. It's a Saturday morning, so please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. As I always tell you guys, if you don't like my video, then don't hit the like button. I'm not forcing you to. But if you're going to watch the video and you like what I'm saying, please hit the like button. Please leave a comment, even if it's just a heart in the comment section, because I realize the more likes and the more comments, then YouTube will show my video more and I will get more views. It's a happy Saturday, happy weekend. Maybe I'll see you this evening in another video. I don't know. I have a skit that I want to do, but I'll see if I have time to do it. So talk to you guys soon. Bye. Have a great Saturday. Bye.